about a home is, I don't know if people said it is an asset or it's not an asset, but regardless, it is an asset. And hang on, give me a second. I think it is probably an asset, but I've heard, you know, you're not really supposed to look at your home as like an asset. But, you know, let's say if you had one of these homes, something went wrong and you lost everything. Well, you know, if the home belongs to you and you've already paid it, then you're going to be sitting pretty anyway. Because, you know, you're not going to be moving out of one of these homes into something that's, you know, like some apartments or something. You know, at least it's New York City or something. But you're going to be sitting pretty for probably the rest of your life if you have something like that. For one thing, a home like this in an area like this is always going to be wanted, right? And it's going to do really well in the real estate, no matter how the economy is doing, in one way or another. Of course, sometimes the home will be worth maybe $1 million more, and then sometimes maybe $1 million less. Maybe, I mean, these are more than $1 million. Each one of these homes are close to $1 million, or a lot of them are. Or more than that, you know. So that's pretty much, you can't get higher than that, you know. Although you do have a neighbor, and, you know, if you go to Hollywood or the hills of Hollywood, they have a lot of acreage too. So a lot of land is a big deal too. But the real estate's valuable because this is on a golf course, you know. So it's also your neighbor's probably a golfer and things like that. So people do want to live in neighborhoods like this that have a lot of money. Look at this. I mean, that's a big time mansion right there and you can see it in the back side of it from here. And that's a big time asset. Look at that. That's huge, you know? So once you get to that state, you can't really get much higher other than like maybe buying a theme park or something. This is really nice though. One of the nicest ones that I've been in for a while. We've got golfers over here too, enjoying their Sunday golf. And golf is probably a pretty good sport, you know, because you get to walk around, concentrate, and of course you get to hit the ball, and you get into the little cart thing and go walking, and you get a lot of steps in. So, you know, hustle over to the ball. It goes on for the whole day usually. I mean, these guys golf for hours on end. There's a golf cart way back there. Really nice though. I'm keeping it going just because all these houses and these are mansions. To some they're just houses, but they are kind of like mansions. Trying to see if I can find my way out. I'm just kind of guessing. Anyway, I'm gonna check something. Yeah, this is right. Okay, I remember this. Caution, golf path ahead. Yeah, because I remember the Christmas trees. Pretty nice. Not a bad place. If you're ever gonna go live in a place for 20 years or something, yeah. But who knows? You know, it'd be interesting to do like a survey or to do demographics, or not really demographics, but this is a classic car passing right here. It'd be interesting to do like I guess you could say survey, or to find out like how long does a person live in one of these houses in this type of neighborhood? Like, do they live here for 20 years? Do they live here for 10? Do they live here for 5? And you could probably make a lot of money off just knowing that answer. Like, what's the average? A polar bear over there. What is the average amount of time that a person lives in a house like this, you know, or like this neighborhood? This is one of the ones I was looking at the hill when I was at the bottom of the hill looking up. Is pretty much the front side of those houses. You can see them from the bottom of the valley. And the answer is I don't know. I don't know the average, how long. Now this is probably the headquarters of the golfing facilities, and where the golf carts are sometimes kept, and the head office. You can see where everybody's parked over there, so you can probably just come and visit here, and go down this way and do your golfing there. Which golfing, that'd make a great vlog too. Just I don't know if there's probably a lot of good golf vloggers that are out there. And it is a neighborhood too, so it is a neighborhood. There's some more golf carts over there, and more of the green over that way. You can see. Don't know for sure if they do the Byron Nelson here or not. They may. I don't know for sure. This could be a practice course. It could be a real course. You can see some of the stuff here. But it's a good answer to kind of like figure out how long is the average one, Is it a year? Big Iron Gate. There's that classic car. Here's some fountains here too. That's really nice. I don't know. I would guess between 5 to 25 years. I don't know if someone would really retire there. They probably would. Some would just completely retire there. Don't know. That's called More Real Estate right there. More Real Estate would know, though. They would probably know. And the place is called Vera Vista, I think is the name of it. Vera Vista. Oh, Trinity Valley's right here. I taught here for a semester. Trinity Valley School. Right there. Right before I left to Hollywood, I taught there for a semester. Let me tell you, those guys are not doing too bad there. I don't know when they're going to do this or if they'll ever do it, but I think your phone should have certain personalities that fit you. So let's say if you had Waze, right? I'm using Waze. So let's say for memory's sake, or memory storage or data storage sake, you decided to delete Waze for data storage so that you would have more data memory. Well, whenever you download it from, I don't know, Apple Store, I guess is what you call it, when it comes back on your phone, it doesn't remember that, let's say you said avoid tolls. You have to reset it. So if you originally set these apps to fit your personality and the things that you want, for the app to do, then it should remember after you delete it and then you download it again. It'll take some time before they get to that kind of technology. Because what I find is sometimes I delete these apps to save data storage or memory. And then whenever I download the Waze again or something like that, another navigation thing, I have to go back and remember to say, avoid tolls. But if my phone asks me, would you like to avoid tolls? Then it would do it for me. Because my phone knows that I want to avoid tolls. Do you know what I mean? It's just kind of like a personality kind of thing. They're getting there. The technology is still developing. Listen, we're like in the dark ages almost compared to where the Renaissance will be. Some people say we're in a Renaissance, and I think we are to a certain extent for technology, but we're still learning, how to develop these types of technologies. You know what I mean? We're still in development, is what I'm thinking. today is Esperanza's. It used to be Ho-Ho's Chinese back when in the 90s. Rob and I would eat here. It was kind of a place where we go and talk about theater and film. And also my friend Craig Misfelt and I would eat here too during lunch. We'd get egg rolls. And he'd bring like 3 or 4 people with him in his Cadillac, who's also kind of dreamed of being a filmmaker, wanted to do horror films. We were doing horror films at the time too. They turned it into Esperanza's. So it used to be Chinese, it used to be Ho-Ho's Chinese. And boy, man, it was like the best Chinese in town. Even though it wasn't really that good for you, but it was high in MSG. But anyway, they changed it to Esperanza. This area here was kind of Chinese stuff. And this would probably have been where the buffet was. So they redid a lot of it. This is like the restroom area. But you can hear the restaurant out there. Looks completely different. And this is the bathroom. Of course, I don't remember exactly what the bathroom looked like in Ho-Ho's, but they did have a little area. There's like a curtain. I think this is some of the kitchen. This was some of the kitchen area when the Ho-Ho's was here. So they changed it completely up. Yeah, I think this was probably the door to Ho-Ho's Chinese food, but it's they have a separate area over here. I think maybe Ho-Ho's did too, maybe to order to go, but it looks very different, very, very different. This is something about Joe T. Garcia or something like that. This is where they order out. Okay. What is this right here? What? What is it? Fried what? Oh, it's fried pork skin? 3 of those. They got a Pascal soccer team photo thing right there. Now, my friend Craig's dad had a sandwich shop, and Craig would do all the advertisements through video and put all the video together. But this pizza place, I don't even know if it's still open. This place must be kind of bad luck or something. Let me look at something. This is a Sunday. Let's see if there's kind of... It's a Cowtown Movie Classics. Different movies. Sign of the Cross, All That Heaven Allows, and Mystery Action Classic. It's downtown, the ices, some old movies. Anyway, I can't tell if they're in business or not. There's no sign for operation hours. Yeah, no open sign or anything like that. Oh yeah, here it is, yeah. They just don't have it turned on. Maybe it's Sunday, they're closed on Sunday. Anyway, it was a pizza shop back in the day. I'm sorry, a sandwich shop. And my friend Craig, he did a lot of the, like, I guess you could say, it's like video editing, you know, or just video, VHS. He would send it out for advertisement for the pizza places Dad ran. I'm sorry, sandwich place. I'm looking at the pizza place saying sandwich at the same time. It was a sandwich shop back in the day. This is like in the 90s. So that was a sandwich place. It's Craig's dad's place. Don't remember the name of the sandwich place. Then right over there was Ho Ho's. Ho Ho's Chinese Restaurant is the name of it. You'd go there for lunch. Sometimes dinner too. Mostly lunch though. It's like a lunch thing. Now they serve pork skin and burritos and tacos, tamales. Well, I put the pig skin in the back, and my glove is moving around back there because of the wind. Move those up that way. Again, or right now we're gonna. Well, you can't really see it. You can see the railroad track right there, and it's gonna turn into bushes. That's the way I used to walk to school, along the railroad tracks on the other side of the bushes down that way. Told the guy, I was like, I gotta get a photo of the food. He had already picked it up because I'm also making this documentary vlog or whatever you want to call it. Can I take a photo of the food? He just picked it up and shut the door and goes, that's okay, I got it. Kind of reminded me of something my stepdad would do. Probably tease you guy. They're real kind of like, I'm gonna let you get ahead of me. I got the food. I'm gonna let you take a photo of it. Well, I didn't want to have to bend down and have to pick it up again, but I was watching this comedian about laziness, and, you know, it's amazing how people can get, you know, and the comedian was very funny, so I'm going to tell you some of the jokes, but, so he's like, my wife and I, you know, we realize how lazy we can get, and, the kids are like around, and the wife is going to the gym to go work out, and she calls, you know, from her cell phone. She calls her husband at home, and he picks up the phone, he answers it, and she's like, I'm going to the gym. Would you bring out the purse to the car? Would you, you know, come out to the car and bring the purse to me? Like, honey, you're going to the gym. Why don't you burn a few more calories and come in and pick up the purse for yourself, you know? She's like, bring me the purse. I got to get to the gym. He's like, okay. And he points to one of his sons. He's like, son, do you take mother's purse to the car outside? You know, because they don't want to exert that little bit of energy. What happened was I dropped off the package, and, you know, I'm, of course, making the vlog, so I got the video of the vlog. But they want you to take a photo of the package in front of the door. And he had already opened it up and picked up the package. And, you know, I said, is it okay if I take a photo of the package in front of the door? And he goes, no, it's okay, I got it. So I guess what it means is that they don't have to have the photo. They suggest you do it, but if they pick it up and, you know, you're like, hey man, I gotta take a photo. You know, you don't want to get that way, you know. I wasn't that way, but you can ask them, and sometimes they'll let you. And the reason why that happens is because they request it. They request that you drop it at their door. They just want you to be real quick about it.